Hey all, here are OS Reviews. Today we're taking a closer look at Rolling Square's Hyphen 2 True Wireless Buds. Time really does fly, and it's almost a year and a half ago since we first saw the original Hyphen buds. It looked pretty attractive, and the company Rolling Square is based in Switzerland. Hyphen 2 are of course the upgraded model and comes in a few new color options including Etna Gray. The one we have here is Canyon Red and also comes in Himalayan Pink. Now this will sell MRSP for around 140 bucks, but you can find it on sale for as low as $90, which is still going to be a touch more expensive than some of the more generic buds we've seen. However, this is also a more well-designed pair of buds that's trying to compete with the other bigger names. In terms of specs, these come with a Qualcomm aptX chipset, so it supports codecs like aptX, SBC, AAC, so all the standards that you would want for very low latency using Bluetooth 5.0. And in terms of battery life, they will last for 36 hours with the battery case and does support quick charging, so 15 minutes of charging in the case will top up the buds to get you over 6 hours of playtime. The controls have also been slightly upgraded, so they do support volume now, so you're able to raise it higher or lower directly just by tapping on the stems. Finally, they are also going to be IP55 for water resistance, so you can use these when going to the gym, when it's raining, and it should still survive. It has the advanced passive noise canceling, so it's not ANC, not going to be to quite the same extent as canceling out those lower frequency sounds, but it's using the hardware and design to really try and isolate as much noise as possible. And the benefit is, of course, the battery life will be longer since there isn't an active component. Inside here, we see that this is a pre-production unit. The final version will include a extra carrying pouch, which isn't in this box at the moment, and a slightly more refined set of tips. For now, there's a standard silicone tips and also memory foam tips, which are included, so it gets you a pretty tight and snug fit. We also get a USB Type-C charging cable, and by the way, the Hyphen 2s, just like the originals, also support Qi wireless charging, so you can pop this onto a charging match, just like the AirPods, to quickly top it up without plugging anything in, if you prefer that. Aside from the buds, we also get a quick user manual inside. Taking a closer look at the design, the casing here is coated in a layer of soft touch rubber that makes it very easy to grip and feels quite nice in the hands. We do have the USB Type-C port on the rear, which again is an upgrade compared to the original model's micro USB. The door also has a hinge this time, which keeps things closed and tidy, versus the original, which had that kind of interesting completely removable door, which is neat. It's different from other models, but was a little bit easier to lose and not as elegant to kind of snap in and out. So overall, I think it's an improvement. In terms of the size, it's also going to be thinner, a little bit smaller overall, so very easy to still put into a pocket and take with you. As far as a quick size comparison with the regular AirPods, the casing is still going to be a little bit longer than it, but at the same time, not too far off. Now, another interesting feature on the Hyphens compared to almost every other pair of wireless buds is, like the originals, these do have a gyroscope or accelerometer built into the case. So it's able to detect whenever you're picking it up versus when you're setting it down or putting it into a pocket. So whenever you pick it up, that's when it starts to activate and begin connecting to your phone or device. So the process is really quick. You don't even have to open up the door necessarily. Also doing a quick demo of the wireless charging, so we can just pop this onto any Qi standard charging mat, and you can see that it will instantly begin to charge. There's a small LED indication light there. The battery case will take roughly an hour and a half to fully charge up. The design of the buds, by the way, also has the similar shape that we saw on the originals, which is not a bad thing. I find them to be quite distinctive in terms of the sharp angular look, and it's not really just copying the AirPods. Overall, it's a pretty sleek appearance, I'd say. Charging contacts on the rear, along with microphones pointed downwards at the stem that picks up your voice a little bit more easily. There's also 2 additional microphones on the very top of the buds. Another interesting thing is these even kind of stick to each other, as you can see there, since the 2 tips here are flat, so it can even be kept together like this if you're not putting them into the case immediately. Moving into audio quality and performance, the Hyphen 2s don't disappoint in terms of the sound quality. It is a very well-tuned driver, very dynamic sound overall, has a nice amount of kick in terms of the bass, although it's not going to be the most bass-heavy pair of buds I've ever tried. I think it will be satisfactory for most folks and genres that you'll be listening to. there's definitely a nice kick in the background. Picks up instrumentals and vocals very well, and same thing goes with trebles. Plenty of details that you can delineate with singers' vocals, and just more so than I would say compared to the past generation Hyphen. There's definitely been an improvement here in terms of just getting you even more detail that you can discern when listening to the music. They're extremely clean, by the way, so you won't really hear any hints of hissing or humming in the background aside from the music itself, which is great, and the aptX and Bluetooth 5.0 indeed keeps the latency super low. So you're able to watch even YouTube videos or Netflix, and the video and the audio are synced together really well. Never encountered the left or right sides getting out of sync with each other in my testing so far, which is great. So ultimately, I think the sound quality is actually a slight step above the regular AirPods, the original Hyphens, and the Redmi AirDots when I was trying them out earlier. So very good, and you'll definitely find these to be pleasurable even for extended periods of audio listening. They're comfortable and they're very lightweight. So that's more or less it as far as our quick hands-on review of the Rolling Square Hyphen 2, a very stylish but also well-performing pair of true wireless buds that tries to undercut the more expensive brands. This one again designed in-house in Switzerland, has a few more attractive colors this time around, a battery case which is more cohesive and harder for you to lose the lid, as well as preserving functions like the Qi wireless charging, very good touch controls, and overall pretty solid sound as well. If anything, maybe having a companion app from the software side to further tweak the EQ could be something that they can work on and maybe bring out in the future. That would be nice to see, and possibly maybe a pro version with real ANC could be also interesting to try, but those are just some ideas for now. But that's more or less it for this video. Overall, pretty solid pair of true wireless buds which matches style and sound. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. That's been the Rolling Square Hyphen 2s.